Lecture number 1. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. The topic of today's lecture is Advanced Inorganic Material Chemistry. This is the course title. Course code is Chem 5129. Synthetic chemistry. Synthetic chemistry is the core of modern chemistry. It provides the most powerful means for chemists to create the material foundation for our envisioned world. Its main objective is to create a large variety of compounds, phases, materials, and ordered chemical systems needed by our rapidly advancing society, going considerably beyond just finding and synthesizing naturally existing compounds. Dear student, the topic is synthetic chemistry. It means that we have to synthesize or prepare such compounds which are close to the naturally existing compound and which have the properties according to our modern requirements. So synthetic chemistry is developing day by day to produce the substances which meet the requirement of our needs. Modern inorganic synthetic chemistry, an important branch of chemistry, evolved from the traditional preparation of inorganic compounds. It means that the modern inorganic chemistry is basically evolved from the traditional synthetic chemistry which we used to synthesize different compounds by old methods. Now we are replacing the old methods by the new one. It includes the synthesis, assembly and preparation of supramolecule and high level ordered structures. The modern inorganic chemistry actually includes the synthesis of very high quality compounds. They are also called supramolecular compounds which have very high molecular weight and high molecular structure, and macromolecules which have very ordered or very regular structure. These compounds have the properties which we need in our modern life. They are used in every walk of life in our society. They are in our daily uses. In recent years, an increasing large number of new inorganic compounds, phases, and complex materials are being synthesized and assembled, having made inorganic synthetic chemistry a key driver for many new scientific and technological developments and advancements. In the recent years, inorganic chemists have produced a large number of such compounds which are the key driver for many scientific and technological development. They play the very effective role for development of new technologies. For example, we see that the liquid crystals are used in the preparation of LEDs, mobile phones, touch cameras, etc. Similarly, the new technology of X-rays and nano compounds and nano composites, they play a very vital role in development of new technologies in the modern world. Development of new synthetic reactions, synthetic routes technologies. It means that how the new synthetic reactions are developed and what are the main technologies used for their synthesis. Here we will study basically the four components. Number one is the basic inorganic compounds, the compounds which are the which form the basis of the inorganic chemistry. They include, number one, covalently bonded molecular compounds, or they are simply called the molecular compounds. Second is the coordination compounds, or they are also called the metal complexes. Number three, they are the cluster compounds. These compounds have multiple layered structures, but there is no regular arrangement of layers in the cluster. Number four, metal organic compounds, or they are also called the organometallic compounds. Such compounds in which there is a metal carbon bond but the carbon atom belongs to an organic molecule, they are called metal organic compounds, or in other words they are called organometallic compounds. The simplest example is the Grignard reagent, in which alkyl or aryl group is attached to magnesium metal on one side and on the halogen atom on the other side. So Grignard reagent is the simplest example of organometallic compounds. The other examples include ferrocene, niclocene, cobaltocene, etc. The next are the inorganic polymers, those compounds which are the repeating unit of monomers, and the basic monomers include the elements other than carbon atoms. They are called inorganic polymers. They include silicates, silicones, fiberglass, polysiloxanes, etc. Second is the inorganic materials with specific structures. Such inorganic compounds which have special structures or specific structures. The study of inorganic compounds and phases with specific structure is becoming increasingly important. The properties and functions of materials are determined by their structures, compositions, ordered molecular assemblies, and structures in condensed state instead of single molecular structure. It means that these studies include the specific structures of inorganic compounds, their compositions, their molecular structures, or their crystal structures, that is done by single X-ray crystallography. Today's inorganic chemistry also includes preparation of specific polytypes, intercalation structures, inorganic compounds with mixed valence complexes, and clustered compounds with specific structure, useful porous compounds with specific channel structures such as microporous crystals, mesoporous materials. It means that these compounds are polytypes, they have intercalation structures. Intercalation structure means that some molecules are trapped between the layers of other molecules. They are called intercalation compounds. Similarly, many inorganic compounds which are combination of mixed valence complexes, clusters compounds with specific structures, useful porous compounds with specific channel structures. They have special channels or special tubes of a particular size so that they can be used for particular purposes, such as microporous crystals and mesoporous materials. It means that they contain very small size pores in their crystals. They are used usually for the filtration of certain compounds or mixtures. Third is inorganic and materials in special aggregate states. It means that there are certain compounds which are aggregates of small molecules or combination of small molecules. They are called special aggregate. Another important class of materials are the molecules in special aggregate state, such as in nanostate, ultrafine particle, clusters, non-crystalline state, glass state, ceramic, and single crystals. It means that this type of compound include the molecules which are in nanostate. Nanostate means they have very small size. Their size is of the radius 10 to raise power minus 9 meter. So small. They are also called nanoparticles or nanocomposites. Ultrafine particles, they are very small particles. They are usually from 200 to 300 mesh size particles like cement particles or uh, calcium carbonate particle, which is mainly used for toothpaste. Talcum powder particles, they are also about 300 mesh size. They are called the ultra fine particles. They are obtained by using ball mills crushers. Clusters mean aggregates of molecules in which small molecules are piled up into different layers, but there is no regularity in the layers. Non-crystalline states, glass states, glass state mean like they are also called the liquid crystals. Ceramics, ceramics mean the molecules which contain inorganic compounds like silica, calcium oxide, calcium carbonate, calcium silicate. They are called ceramics and single crystals. Today we see that nanoscience and technology suggests that different aggregate states of the same matter could exhibit different properties and have different functions. So we see that by the nanotechnology that same particle they can aggregate in different manners, and these differently mannered aggregates have different properties and they are therefore used for different functions. Number 4, assembly of high level ordered structures. It means that the molecules which are very large in size, they have irregular arrangement of atoms, ions or molecules. They are called the assembly. Assembly means collection of high level ordered structure. It means that in these molecules or compounds, the atoms, ions or molecules are arranged very highly. Therefore, they are called high level ordered structures. This is an emerging class of functional inorganic materials commonly characterized as being highly ordered supramolecular systems formed via self-assembly among molecules or molecular aggregates through molecular recognition. Basically, these structures are formed by the similar type of molecules. When they aggregate or combine, they form the supramolecular system. They have very large structures. They are formed by combination of similar molecules or by combination of different molecules. The large molecular assemblies are intermolecular weak bond interactions, van der Waals forces, hydrogen bonding. It means that in these high level order structures, the assembled molecules have weak bond interaction. It means that there is weak interaction or weak attractive forces like van der Waals forces, hydrogen bond, ion dipole interaction, dipole-dipole interaction, etc. They are weak interactions, commonly called as van der Waals interactions. So they give also a very highly ordered structured molecule. Examples of such materials include coordination polymers. It means that actually they are polymers of coordination compounds in which small coordination compound or metal complexes repeat themselves to form the large polymers. They are also called coordination polymers. Inorganic polymers means which are the polymers of inorganic monomer units like silicones, polysiloxanes, intercalation compounds, etc. Molecular systems with specific structural features such as nanosystems, capsula, two-dimensional layered structures, and three-dimensional biological systems. Okay, these compounds include coordination polymers, inorganic polymers. Molecular systems are compounds which have special properties or features like nanosystem. Their size is of in nanometers. Capsula, two-dimensional layered structures, and three-dimensional biological systems, many of which have been widely used for fabricating high-tech micro devices. They are used for many micro devices, or they are used to make many high-tech micro devices. The key concept of today's talks are tools, materials, and skills are used to make things. It means that tools are equipment, materials and skills are used to make new things. Second, different materials are used in making things. Third, resources such as tools and machines, materials, information, energy, people, capital and time. These are required for making new substances. Some materials can be reused or recycled. Number 5, the evolution of civilization is directly affected by the development and the use of tools and materials. It means that the human civilization is dependent on the latest discovery of tools and materials. The human civilization is changed day by day with the discovery of new materials. Sixth point, materials have different qualities and are classified as natural, synthetic or mixed. The materials have been classified according to their qualities. They may be natural, they are synthetic or man-made, are they are combination of natural and synthetic materials. Number 7, chemical technologies provide a means to modify materials to produce chemical products. Different chemical technologies are used to prepare new materials or some modified materials. Number 8, scientific research identifies new materials and new uses of known materials. The scientific research basically identifies the new materials and uses of new materials according to the requirement of the human beings. Number 9, increased knowledge of the molecular structure of materials helps in the design and synthesis of new materials for special purposes. It means that the structure of newly formed materials is very important. It helps to design and synthesize new materials having special properties and used for special purposes. Properties of materials. Properties of materials can be grouped as number 1, mechanical properties. It includes tensile strength, fracture toughness. Fracture toughness means critical stress intensity, or it is defined as the maximum stress that a material can bear, above which the material is broken or fractured, is called the fracture toughness. Fatigue strength, it means highest stress that a material can withstand without breaking. Creep strength, tendency of a solid material to deform permanently under the influence of mechanical stresses. It means that when different mechanical stresses are given to a material, it is D-shaped permanently. This quality of a substance to have this property, or the stress above which a substance is deformed or D-shaped permanently, is called the creep strength and hardness. These are the mechanical properties of a material. Second is electrical conductivity or resistivity, how much a substance can conduct heat and electricity, or how much it can resist heat and electricity. Ionic conductivity, semiconductor conductivity, etc. These are all properties under the heading of electrical property. Third is the magnetic properties. It includes magnetic susceptibility, or the magnitude of a substance under the influence of a magnetic field to have the magnetic strength is called the magnetic susceptibility. Curie's temperature, this is after the name of Madame Curie, who discovered the radioactivity of uranium. Curie's temperature can be defined as the temperature above which certain materials lose their permanent magnetic properties. The temperature above which a substance which is magnetically active loses its properties or magnetic properties is called the Curie's temperature. Next is the Néel temperature. It is defined as the temperature above which an antiferromagnetic material becomes paramagnetic. In the antiferromagnetic material, the alignment of electrons is opposite to each other. They are not magnetized by a magnet, but when such materials are heated to a certain temperature level, that temperature above which an antiferromagnetic material becomes paramagnetic is called the Néel temperature. It means the substance which cannot be magnetized becomes paramagnetic. Now it is attracted towards the magnetic field in which the alignment of the electrons is similar to each other. Number 4 property is optical and dielectric. It includes polarization, refractive index, absorption, etc. Fifth is the thermal properties. It includes coefficient of thermal expansion, how much a substance expands when its temperature is increased to 1 degree centigrade. Heat capacity, thermal conductivity, etc. These are all thermal properties. Next is the environmental related. It includes corrosion behavior, wear behavior. Corrosion means that the material which interacts with the atmospheric oxygen and it undergoes deterioration is called corrosion behavior. Or if it undergoes wear and tear, it means that it shows wear behavior. So the environment has certain corrosive effects on different materials. Thanks, students. This is today's talk. If you have any question, you please write on the screen, or you can send me on my WhatsApp number or on my cell phone number. Thanks.